It's super Frank. We're asking what has changed in the Lampard style of play. Winning at Millwall's not for everyone, but it's for Super Frank. We'll talk to this lot about what they think about it. And also clean sheet. When's the last time that happened? Latti and Bobby getting praise. We'll talk about set pieces. Where can Coventry sit in the set piece table? And who are the best fans that Coventry have seen in the away end this season? Because it's a season of goodwill. Here we have 4 very happy Sky Blue fans this week. Jay, Claudio, Scott and Tom are back with us. And let's get one thing clear, shall we? As much as we like Frank Lampard, and he is Super Frank in my eyes, we've got to lose that awful celebration, the fist-pumping Jurgen Klopp nonsense that went on in that away end, haven't we, Tom?
Oh, my God. I mean, I was there, so I witnessed it in the flesh. I mean, Milan does it really well. Lampard, bless him. I mean, I love him already, so... he tried. I mean, he did it like 6 times. It was so funny, but he gave it a go, so fair play to him. But, it's just nice to see him doing it, to be honest. It's interacting with the fans. It got us all going and up for the next game, so fair play. But we do it after every win, to be honest. It feels like we're going to Wembley every time. So, I mean, that would be nice.
Yeah. Cringy, I think we'll call it. But let's focus on...
nowadays.
Let's focus on the football, shall we? Claudio, let's kick off with you, if that's all right then. What have you learned about the style of football you're likely to be enjoying from one game?
I'm not sure I have yet, because the first half looked very similar to most of the season, to be honest. It was pretty drab, that first half, and we struggled. We struggled to get going. It could have been the weather conditions. But the second half, he made 2 good substitutions, bringing Eccles on. Eccles looked lively, got on the ball pretty quickly. And Bissett up front, I mean, the lad Sims is not doing it. He doesn't run enough. He doesn't chase enough. He doesn't harass enough. As soon as Norman comes on, it's almost like the whole team gets lifted. And that second half was so much better than the first. But they never had a shot on target all game. So, well done, Sky Blues, basically.
Yeah. They were missing a couple of key players, Millwall, in fairness. But, given said, it's still a good response. Mark says, as you said, second half much improved, more fight, and that's what I'll ask you about, Jay, in a minute. More purpose, more fight. Sheaf in the second half was fabulous. Bissett offered more in 25 minutes than Simpson in 65. Latti defended well, so did Thomas. EMC, well-deserved victory since Eccles got his 3-year deal. He's been off it, though, and did well. But this fight thing, Jay. Oops, dropped one off there. Did you see more fight from this team than you have done in recent months?
First half, 0. As Claudia said, it was so flat. Millwall as well were very, very poor that first half. But yeah, second half we sort of went up a gear, and we were putting our foot in a little bit more when Eccles came on, had a bit more bite, which is great to see. We haven't really seen that this year at all. That somebody that can actually just sort of drag the team forward, which I think Ben Sheaf did to a degree. He stepped up quite well as a captain and saw us through to the end to get a win, which I was not expecting at all after that first half performance. It was. I think we went from a sort of a 5 performance to maybe a 6.5, 7. So it wasn't fantastic, but it was better than what we've seen over recent weeks.
Are you happy with Ben Sheaf as captain, Jay?
Yes and no. I prefer a captain who's a captain, John Terry, a Roy Keane kind of player, but you don't really get those anymore. So Ben Sheaf normally leads by example. He has done that last year before, but this year he hasn't had a fantastic season. So by him leading, for example, being the captain hasn't really worked. But he did on Saturday, second half. He stepped up and sort of dragged the team through to the win. But I really do believe we need some strong leaders, a Fads or a Liam Kelly back into that team. Someone with a bit of experience head. I wouldn't say I wouldn't get rid of him as captain, but he's not my sort of captain. Put it that way.
Okay, cheers for that, Scott. Jimmy says Lampard said they've been working this week on the fight for the second ball, which absolutely evident in that performance. Still a lot to be worked on, but see what a bit of passion can do. Good win. Did you notice that in that second half, Scott, that the second balls were being pounced on, players were running for them? Did you see a bit more energy than you have under your previous manager?
Yeah, that second half is basically what I expected us to start with, actually, against Sheffield United the other week. in his first game. I thought that new manager effect might kick in, but it's taken a game and a half to kick in. I saw it, I liked it, I enjoyed it. They seemed a bit more urgent, a bit more quicker knocking the ball around the back four. Sometimes it's a little bit slow and it's easy for opposition to move across. But I think in his after the game comments, he sort of said that he told them to speed up, get to the second ball, quicker passing, some one-touch football. Yeah, I saw that, and certainly hanging on for the last 10 minutes or whatever it was, with corner after corner. Some proper communication there and some decent defending as well, which was good to see. And like you said, clean sheet, 3 points, win away. I thought it was good.
Brilliant. Tom, my first question to you is, have you dried out yet?
Sorry, say that again?
Have you dried out yet?
Oh, because of the weather. Yeah, just about. It was awful. I mean, it was so windy. I mean, it definitely had an effect on the game. I mean, obviously a lot of games got called off as well. So I think the conditions were terrible, but fair play to Sky Blue Army. Over 3,000 of us there in them conditions. I know a lot of trains got cancelled. I've got a coach, so I was quite lucky. But I mean, Claudio was there as well on the coach. It was so windy, wasn't it? Oh my God. But yeah, just about dried off.
Okay.
We actually witnessed a tree fall over and land on a kid in the middle of
Oh
London.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Yeah, and we told the driver to keep going.
Tom's laughing at that.
Oh,
What did?
I think I was
Right.
over that
Hope he's
tree.
all right.
It's me talking about Sheffield United. It was Cardiff's first game. I think that tree must have hit me on the head.
It was brilliant, that trick.
Right, Tom, let's ask you about this then. Latti and Bobby were unbelievable at the back today, made all the difference. Latti was a monster. Charlie says solid performance, finally stability in defence and midfield. Do you agree with all those points, Tom?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they both played 90 minutes. Latti playing 90 minutes is brilliant in my eyes. I mean, Bobby Thomas usually plays 90, but I think they're just both solid. They give you 7 out of 10. And this is the thing about Latti. I think he's actually a really good leader as well. Obviously, Sheaf is the captain, and that's fair enough. But I wouldn't mind seeing Latti in the future. Obviously, I think Sheaf's good. I don't know when Sheaf's going to leave, so we'll see. But yeah, I reckon that's the same two you start with at West Brom. That's going to be a really tough game. And obviously, Kitchen's struggling. And I don't know, I feel like Binks getting dropped was a bit harsh because I personally really like him, but we haven't kept a clean sheet with him in the squad. So I can kind of see why he's done it. But if it's working, keep doing it. They're both solid. So.
Okay. Claudio, a quick word on EMC, a player who's been much maligned this season. Was that one of his better games for you?
I think if you play him on the left-hand side, you're going to see a player. He's not really... That's 2 games now. It's interesting, when I was in that forum meeting, Doug King was present, and he sort of was praising EMC, saying, wait, he's some player. Ironically, the next 2 games, he starts on the left-hand side, which I think is a bit weird, but he's played great. And the thing is, he's a solid lad. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, but the 2 goals he scored are really nice finishes. They're quite delicate finishes. They're really good goals. And I mean, against you guys, Everton, the pre-season friendly, he did that where he comes round the back behind the defence and sneaks in. I think we've got a player there, but you need to play players in the right positions. And luckily, he has the last 2 games. I think he's done the business.
Yeah, it echoes this one. Andy says, why on earth didn't why didn't Earth and Robbins play him on the left? Looks a different player in the correct position. Mind boggles. Glad he's now showing his ability. And Claudio, you're spot on. There's lots of tweets very similar along those lines. Isn't that where Haji Wright plays though?
Yeah, but I'd sooner see Haji Wright down the middle. I think Haji Wright could do. I'd love to see Haji Wright when he's fit with Norman Bissett. A bit of a Dublin Huckabee combination. That could really work. It could really work, I think.
Okay. Well, we're all excited for you. This time last month, we were met with down faces, and now we've got Super Frank fist pumping away ends. What more could you want? What more could you want as a football fan? Right, and we're also talking though this week about set pieces. Jay, you're a seasoned football purveyor. Have we gone mad with all this nonsense talk of set piece coaches and overanalyzing set pieces, or is it now just part of the modern game?
I think it's massively that people get OTT in these set piece routines and stuff. Get the ball, whip it into a dangerous area, and someone get the head on it. Obviously, Arsenal at the moment that's the only way they're scoring. We a couple of weeks ago, I remember we had a couple of good set piece routines. I haven't really seen them too much. Obviously, other weekend really couldn't do anything. Just about get the ball in the corner, but. Yeah, I think obviously they're handy every now and then, but you can't beat a good whip ball on top of the goalkeeper and people piling in to try and get their head on it, and then get a second ball maybe. Cut away of getting a goal, but every now and then sort of do some fancy little routine. Works every now and then, but yeah, I don't think it's that difficult to honestly whip a ball in, get your head on it, goal.
Shall we have a look at where Coventry sits in the set piece table this season? Where do you reckon they might be, Scott?
Well, I think I saw the answer earlier when I was looking. So,
oh, right, okay.
That one, yeah.
You know, you try and build something up for someone, right? Okay, yeah. So you sit third. Explain that to us, Scott. Why are you the third best team in the whole league? Look at Leeds down there, Sheffield United. Why are you the third best team, apart from Derby and Millwall, by the way, who are described as being very dull, very flat, one-dimensional teams, and there you are sitting just below them.
And is that was that actually showing him, Mark, that we're third in the table in terms of what goals scored or
goals scored from set pieces? Yeah,
blimey, we can't have scored many from set pieces that I can remember.
7.
7.
Oh,
blimey, that's more than I thought. Because I must admit, I'm a bit on the variety side. That I think it was Luton that we played. I'm going to get my team right now. I think we played Luton, and I think we had numerous variations at corners, which was great to see. But we've got some tall lads in there. We've got some big lads. They do seem to pack the 6-yard box. I must admit, too much for me. I'd like to see somebody, at least 1 or 2 on the edge of the box. And, you know, as Jay was saying, put it on the penalty spot and get up there and meet it. But, I guess I'm surprised we've scored 7 goals. But I think Bobby's probably scored most of those with bullet headers from memory. And there's probably been a few odd scrappy ones that have gone in. But I think we've got the height, we've got the strength, and we put the ball in the right spot. I think we could score more, but like I said, a bit more variety, whether it's front post, near post, penalty spot for me, and get the players running at it.
Lots made, Tom. Thanks, Scott. Lots made about corner routines at the moment. Tom, when Coventry have a corner, do you sit in your seat going, "Well, we don't score from these," or do you get excited?
Well, I used to always think, well, we never score from corners. We always concede them. But I didn't know there's that many. So I'm going to start getting more excited now when we get corners in the future. But, I mean, I really didn't think it was that much. I'm quite shocked, to be honest. But I never used to get excited. I mean, this season, if Bobby Thomas is in there, I've always got that sneaky feeling that he might get one in. I want to say the same about Sims, but I don't think he's actually going to turn up this season. So probably not. I think Binks could probably score one, but he hasn't done it just yet. We've definitely got lads in there to do it. So if Thomas is in there, I'm getting excited in the future.
He hit the post. He hit the post on.
He did. Yes, he did. Yes.
And we scored 9 last season from corners as well.
Really?
We're gonna ask this lot at the end of the video. Stay tuned for it. Who were the best dead ball deliverer for Coventry has ever been? So get your thoughts racking for that one. But we must talk about the FA Cup draw. I'm not looking forward to this conversation.
Neither are we.
So last week we asked you all for your hopes and dreams, and you were talking about we'd love to go to Old Trafford and we'd love to go to the Emirates and so on. Jay, could it have fallen any worse, that draw for Coventry?
No, I don't think we played Sheffield Wednesday enough in the last 12 months. So it's good to see them again. And great, we've got a 6 o'clock kickoff time, which is very strange. I've never seen that before. It's a bit of a strange time to kick off. But I'm sure they're sort of underwhelmed by the whole situation as well. We massively are also. It's just unfortunately, it just happens over and over again. You always seem to get drawn against teams in the Championship, which is very strange, or lower teams. It would be nice to get a big club. As I said a couple of weeks ago, I'd rather focus on the league, and I'm not too bothered about the cup tournaments until we get to obviously the quarterfinals and semi-finals, as we tend to do most years. Sheffield Wednesday, not exciting. Not excited. Yeah.
Claudio, we missed you last week. So who would you have loved yourself?
I just wanted to be rubbish at home. So we got exactly that. We got Sheffield Wednesday at home. I mean, I want to know we're playing in the 4th round. That's what.
Jay's just not called them a big team. You've now called them rubbish, right? This is going one way, isn't it? All right. Let us know in the comments below what you think about that one. No one's going to get excited for it, are they?
No.
Put it that way. We're also asking, because it's the season of goodwill, what are the best fans that have visited the CBS this season? Now, we've already had a few shouts for Coventry fans from various other clubs so far for this one. Lots of them saying you're very loud and obnoxious, which is good to hear. Not sure about the obnoxious bit, but you're very loud.
That's just
Scott.
Tom.
Yeah, Scott.
I was mocking their mill chant of the weekend. I was.
Oh yeah, you put the L in the mill. Yeah, Scott. Who do you think's been the best fans to visit CBS?
For me, Derby this season. I know Coventry weren't very good and we were quite quiet in my opinion, but to be honest, they weren't much better, but they just made an awful lot of noise. And obviously when they won the game at the end, I think, them probably quite easily, I think the loudest and the noisiest I've seen at the CBS this season, Mark.
Okay.
So they were good. Yeah.
Brilliant. One word answer, see if that's okay, Tom.
Derby.
Okay, Claudio.
Derby as well.
Yep. Jay.
Derby.
Okay, brilliant. All right. Thank you all very much for watching this week. Don't forget, we're here every single week. Drop us a subscribe, drop us a like. We love reading all your comments as well. Before we finish, who is the best ever set piece specialist for Coventry City? Jay.
Oof, in my era, I can't think of anything recently, but in my era, probably like a Gary McAllister. He used to always do this little floaty chip ball to the front post in Dublin. He used to knock it on. We used to get a few goals of that. But I obviously remember that famous donkey kick one. Was it Ernie Hunt? I think it was. That's
Carr.
a classic one. Yeah. So that's obviously the classic one for Coventry. But I think Gary McAllister he wasn't the most exciting of
good
crosses, but yeah.
Tom.
I asked my uncle. He said Gary McAllister as well, because obviously I wasn't there. In my lifetime, I think James Maddison was quite decent, to be fair.
Okay. Scott.
I'm with Jay. Gary McAllister.
Okay.
Diamond.
The Oracle.
Jay stole it because I was going to say McAllister and also the donkey kick. But for me, Brian Kilcline, he could wallop a free kick.
Good.
He had one take. It was penalty, wallop it, free kick, wallop it. Good old fashioned smack.
That's all you need. That's all you need most of the time, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. Right, beat that. Right. Right. Good luck then, of course, this week against West Brom and Hull City. Come with Ruben Sellers in charge this Saturday. So you're just playing a team just when they appointed a new manager. Again, always seems to happen to Coventry. Good luck against those two. We'll see you on the other side of it. Have a great week.
Great. Thank you.